You're watching Fox 22, Bangor. From the Great Northwoods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, a family is calling for heightened punishments for certain driving laws after they lost two of their family members in an accident. Plus, a jury selection went underway yesterday for a man accused of killing two people in Aroostook County. And Senator Collins visited Acadia Hospital yesterday to discuss and hear about behavioral health needs. This and more local news right now. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith and thank you for tuning in this morning. Let's hit the ground running with your local updates by first getting a check of that forecast. Devin Biggs joins us now.
Hey Emma, thank you very much. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1, Rockland, Thomason Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Alrighty, so you've had a few returns on the radar, possibly a few sprinkles trying to develop this morning. We'll watch for more development later this afternoon with a few showers and maybe a few rumbles of thunder later into the evening, though, as we'll watch the system right about in here. It's going to be moving in from the west, going toward the east. Now, going to give us a few showers and maybe a rumble of thunder that will try to sneak in here, but fizzle out as it does head in our direction. But otherwise, so as you take a look at things this morning, it's a few thunderstorms off the coast over the ocean. Otherwise, so a futurecast showing a few showers possible this afternoon. Here's that line of showers and maybe a few rumbles of thunder that will fizzle out as it heads in our direction. Then maybe some clouds, a little bit of fog that will be on the way overnight tonight and parts of early tomorrow morning. The winds will not be a huge deal. In fact, the next several days, the winds will not be a huge deal at all. Mainly winds will be at around 5 to 10 miles per hour overall, switching out of the northwest, going toward the south and east. But your hourly forecast moving forward for the rest of the morning period. Plenty of clouds, a few showers possible, temperatures in the 70s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Emma?
Thank you, Devin. A Unity man made his initial court appearance yesterday for a number of charges, which includes allegedly creating a police standoff. Our Dylan Holloway has more.
47-year-old Aaron Nickerson made his initial appearance virtually in Waldo County Superior Court Wednesday. Nickerson was arrested early Tuesday morning following a confrontation with police. Judge Eric Walker presented Nickerson with a number of alleged offenses that he has been charged with in relation to the confrontation.
Kidnapping, Class A, aggravated assault, Class B, theft, Class B, domestic violence, criminal threatening, Class B, domestic violence terrorizing, Class B, domestic violence assault, Class C, aggravated trespass, C, possession of firearm by a prohibited person, Class C, criminal mischief, Class D, and creating a police standoff, a Class E offense.
According to a Waldo County Sheriff's Office police report, deputies responded to a residence in Montville around 2:30 a.m. Tuesday for a reported domestic disturbance. Nickerson was placed under arrest 2 hours later after what authorities are calling a standoff.
Obviously, these charges, the new charges, are extremely serious. Some of the most serious I've ever seen here in Waldo County, short of an actual murder charge.
Nickerson's bail for the charges related to the standoff was set at $25,000. Additionally, Nickerson was ordered to be held without bail on a separate probation revocation motion.
Alleging that you were barricaded as a result of your own actions while armed or claiming to be armed with a dangerous weapon, that you did fail to leave the barricaded location within half an hour of receiving instructions, either personally, electronically, or in writing from law enforcement. Do you understand that charge?
Yes, but that never happened.
Nickerson's next scheduled court date is September 13th. I'm Dylan Holloway reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
An accident took place yesterday evening at 4145 Main Street in Kenduskeag. The homeowner told us that two vehicles that were involved, including a pickup truck, which they say swerved on and off the road before hitting the homeowner's trailer and flipping over. He says the driver of the truck was taken away by ambulance. We'll have more details on this when they are released. A federal jury has convicted two New York men for a Rangeley robbery conspiracy after a 6-day trial in Bangor. According to court records and evidence presented at the trial, 51-year-old Andre Mueller, 42-year-old Robert Holland, and 3 other men developed a plan to steal controlled substances from a Rangeley home in July 2016. According to court records, on July 28, 2016, 2 co-conspirators entered the home armed with knives and a baseball bat with the intent to take the controlled substances. Mueller and Holland both face up to 20 years in prison and a fine of up to $250,000. They will be sentenced at a later date. Jury selection went underway yesterday in the murder trial of a Presque Isle man accused of killing 2 men in Aroostook County. Bobby Nightingale was 38 years old when the deaths occurred in August of 2019. 25-year-old Alan Curtis and 51-year-old Roger Ellis were found dead in a truck on Route 227 in Castle Hill. Last week, Nightingale's lawyers asked the charges be dismissed because the state had allegedly listened to calls between him and co-counsel. Nightingale's murder trial is scheduled to begin on August 15th. A slap on the wrist. That's what 2 families are saying about the punishment for a man who hit and killed their loved ones after falling asleep at the wheel. 2 grandmothers and a baby girl died that day, but the person responsible won't serve a day in jail. Brad Rogers looks at the crime, punishment, and the push to toughen drowsy driving laws in Maine.
A year ago in May, retirees Rose Jean and Barbara Maxim Hensby were walking here on Coney Street, pushing Hensby's 1-year-old granddaughter when they were hit from behind by a driver who admits he fell asleep at the wheel and crossed the center line.
He admitted to being tired before he drove. He knew the consequences, as all of us humans do, of what could happen when you fall asleep.
Megan Peasley lost her mother, Barbara, and her nearly 15-month-old daughter, Veda, who was in a stroller when Robert Santerre went off the road and hit them.
She was smart, beautiful, adorable. She had just begun living.
Amanda Ledoux's mother, Rose, Barb's best friend, was also hit by Santerre's vehicle and killed.
She was just retired. She was just starting to live her life the way that she wanted to. She has 5 grandbabies who miss her so much.
Mr. Santerre is going to be admitting to all 3 counts.
Today, Robert Santerre admitted not to manslaughter as the victims' families hoped, but to 3 civil infractions for motor vehicle violations resulting in a death.
Do you admit or deny the first allegation alleged in count 1?
I admit.
We're all shocked that this is treated as such a minor incident.
To us, that's a slap in the face. Him saying, I'm tired, I'm going to go for a drive, has 0 consequences. 0.
The families of these 3 victims are now pushing for a new law to put the consequences of drowsy driving right up there with drunk and distracted driving.
When you're behind the wheel and you're tired, your reaction times are slower. It is almost the same as being under the influence of alcohol.
Santerre faces a maximum penalty of a fine and 4-year suspension of his driver's license. Not enough, the victims' families say, for taking 3 lives. Family members of the victims will get a chance to testify at Robert Santerre's sentencing hearing.
Yesterday, Senator Susan Collins visited Northern Light Acadia Hospital in Bangor to speak with hospital leaders about behavioral health services. Collins discussed 2 projects amounting to $3.2 million that she is advocating for in Washington, D.C. The senator recently secured the $3.2 million in the fiscal year 2023 appropriations bill.
I am very excited about a $2 million project that would be used to expand access to pediatric mental health services.
Part of the project would include the construction of a new inpatient wing and expansion of the number of beds at the hospital. Implementing transportation innovation took center stage during a conference at the University of Maine. Devin Dagnall has the details.
Funded by the Department of Transportation, innovators from all over New England came together to solve the problems surrounding transportation durability. It's no secret that New England's roads receive a beating from the region's harsh weather and always seem to be in a state of distress. The Transportation Infrastructure Conference is not only working on how to solve this problem, but how to do it sustainably.
Just this morning, there's a road that washed out in Jackman, Maine, because of a heavy storm. And because the culvert underneath the road couldn't support the amount of water that goes through it. We have technologies where we can 3D print culvert inserts that can increase the flow in the culvert by 30%. Yeah. So that could have avoided the whole problem.
According to Dr. Dagger, earlier this week in Hampton, Maine, using technology invented at the University of Maine, a bridge that weighed less than half the weight of a concrete bridge was able to be installed within 4 hours. Dagger says the University of Maine has worked hard to innovate and implement technology that is not only more durable and eco-friendly, but is also more cost-effective for the consumer, like their replacement for steel rebars made of thermoplastic.
The beauty of this is it doesn't corrode like steel does. And the reason we have potholes in Maine is because when we put salts on the roads, it gets into the steel rebar in the deck. The steel corrodes. And when the steel corrodes, it expands. So the oxide of the metal occupies a larger volume.
He says with innovations like this, our roads and the cars on them will be able to last much longer in the near future. In Orono, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7, Fox 22.
The time is now 8:10. And coming up next on Good Morning Maine, hundreds of educators from across the state gathered yesterday for day 2 of their conference. Details after the break. But first, let's take another look at that forecast. High of 77 today, overcast and rain is likely. Tonight, scattered thunderstorms are possible throughout the state, high of 59. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, high of 78.
Inflation, a broken supply chain, and high gas prices. Mainers everywhere are facing tough decisions about rising costs. Growing up as part of a small family business in Leeds, I learned what a struggling economy does to small businesses, jobs, and to working class people. And serving as a Marine in Afghanistan and Iraq taught me to stand strong for what's right in the face of adversity. I'm Jared Golden, and that's why in Congress, I'm an independent voice for you, taking on my own party to stand up for Maine families. I was the only Democrat to vote against trillions of dollars of President Biden's agenda because I knew it would make inflation worse. I've stood with law enforcement against defunding the police. I support cutting the gas tax and increasing domestic oil production. I'm working to lower prescription drug costs and standing firm against any cuts to Social Security and Medicare. I'll always be an independent fighter for you. I'm Jared Golden, and this is my family. I approve this message because when it comes to doing what's right for your family, I'll never back down.
As our parents get older, they can stay more active with the right care.
Yeah, you know what? Oh, did you have 4 of those? Yes.
Yeah. Find care for your mom and dad at care.com.
When the Coach House Restaurant wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. The Coach House Restaurant, family dining at its best with fine home-cooked meals, delicious homemade desserts, and a large menu of tasty offerings for breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
We are the first family of country music. We gotta show the world the legacy will continue beyond me.
I'll do anything to protect Miss Family.
Our family's all secrets and lies.
What did you do? If there's a hell, I booked my ticket years ago.
Just watch.
Monarch series premiere September 11th on Fox.
Hundreds of educators from across the state of Maine gathered at the Augusta Civic Center yesterday morning for the second day of the first ever Educator Summit. Matthew Jurancic has more.
I'm here at day 2 of the Maine Educator Summit, where teachers are listening to a keynote speaker and taking things away that they plan on using for the classroom.
Educators from every county in Maine file into Augusta Civic Center this morning to take part in a day filled with various workshops. Hosted by the Maine Department of Education, the point of the event is to create relationships and allow teachers to learn from each other.
It's extremely important for educators and school leaders to be able to have a space to come together, to network and share ideas, to learn new strategies, and to strengthen their professionalism and their resilience as they are about to be entering a brand new school year.
The second day of the event kicked off with a breakfast buffet where educators had the chance to meet and form connections. Afterwards, the crowd was given a speech by Maine Commissioner of Education Pender Macon about the importance of the education sector before being sent to workshops for the day.
I guess I want to start by saying thank you to the phenomenal staff here at the Civic Center.
With this being the first ever Educators Summit, organizer Jeanette Kirk says it's gone to plan.
We've had a wonderful 2 days. We've had over 400 educators join us over the course of 2 days with 58 sessions running concurrently.
The themes of the event were resilience, responsiveness, and a renewed approach to education. Teachers had the opportunity to sit in on a wide variety of workshops to provide learning opportunities for one another. For kindergarten teacher Doreen Franklin, she's been learning about creative ways and getting her class involved in solving problems in particular situations.
I've gone to a lot of PBL sessions, which is project-based learning, problem-based learning. It's really student-centered, and I think that it's going to be something that will be perfect for my classroom.
During the summit, 8th grade teacher Kim Barnes looked for new ways to connect with her students during these stressful times.
My focus was to attend workshops today to help me kind of bridge that gap that I'm seeing in my classroom. So I attended one session about restorative practices so that we're moving forward to help students bridge those gaps of social learning.
With the event wrapping up this afternoon, Barnes is proud of the effort her fellow peers are putting in to suit students' needs.
Maine teachers have done a phenomenal job, and they've always been really at the forefront of change, and they're so resilient.
Reporting from Augusta, Matthew Juronsik, ABC7 and Fox 22.
Secretary of State Shenna Bellows recently announced that Maine voters can now begin requesting absentee ballots for the upcoming general election. Those who require an absentee ballot have up until 3 months prior to Election Day to request one. Voters will receive their ballots a month before the election per the state's no-excuse absentee voting law. Once a ballot is submitted, Maine voters can track the progress of their ballot on the state's absentee ballot request website. Secretary of State Director of Communications Emily Cook says that voting in the upcoming election is something that everyone should participate in.
Making your voice heard in any election is the basis of our democracy. So making sure that Mainers turn out, which they always do in large numbers, is an important part of that process.
Voters will only need to submit one request to receive their absentee ballot for the election on November 3rd. Piles of green bags full of bottles and cans are piling up at Clink sites. The Bottle Redemption System company says they are aware of the issue, but says it's out of their control. Mal Meyer is in Portland with what they say is contributing to the problem.
Betty Lasso collects cans to help children in Sudan.
Like right now in my house a lot.
Sometimes it's hard to make a drop-off.
When they be full, we're going to be out here. And then because sometimes they're not falling inside.
Clink says it projected a 10 to 15% increase in volume this year, but it's looking to be more around 20%.
Just showing us a volume level that we weren't ready for.
The company says part of the issue is that redemption centers are closing across the state.
When Clink becomes your only option for beverage redemption, this is the result that you're seeing right now.
And tourism is booming.
In places like York and Well is really overwhelming our ability to pick up.
Plus, the company, like so many others, is dealing with a workforce shortage. I take it you wouldn't typically be out picking up loads.
I would not. I would be running the factory.
John Sabine is the Senior Vice President of Operations. He's now out driving a truck for Clink, sometimes several days at a time.
In fact, I just came, showered up and came for this interview from being out in the field.
They are hiring, but it takes time. That's why they're asking you to lend a hand by making sure bags weigh less than 20 pounds each.
Fully stuffed bags that are not tied completely or tied at all, just create more work for our driver.
And try to limit drop-offs to 3 bags at a time.
We have customers that show up, they have 15, 20 bags or more. Full pickup loads. That creates a volume situation where other people can't drop.
The time is now 8:19. After the break, a bill to support more tourist activity in the Katahdin region has been introduced to Congress. Plus, we'll hear about the latest fundraiser in Bangor to gather school supplies for kids who need them. We'll be right back.
Bathfitter doesn't just fit your bath. We fit your life. When a normal day is anything but normal, we fit your schedule with our unique tub-over-tub process installed in as little as a day. When high quality is the only quality that matters, we fit your standards with a lifetime guarantee. Bathfitter. It just fits.
Now, with $600 off a complete bath system, it fits your budget too. We've never had a promotion this big, so call or click now.
Breakdowns, collisions, things happen on the road unexpectedly. But here at Phil's Towing, we understand. With years of experience, our friendly professionals are here for you when you need them the most, no matter how big the task or vehicle is. At Phil's Towing, with our heavy-duty trucks, we guarantee an arrival time of 30 minutes or less and are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Give us a call at Phil's Towing. Anytime, anywhere, anything.
As good as it gets. It's gone! Oh my goodness! Sensation!
MLB returns to the Field of Dreams when the Cubs take on the Reds tonight at 6 on Fox.
A bill to improve visitor access to Katahdin Woods and Waters, a national monument, and support more tourist activity in the region has been introduced to Congress. It would also authorize the expansion of Katahdin Woods and Waters by giving the National Park Service permission to acquire land that better connects the monument to the Millinocket region and major roadways. Senator Angus King introduced the legislation, and Senator Susan Collins co-sponsored the measure. A statement from Senator King's office said all expansions will occur with the cooperation of willing landowners and will protect traditional hunting, fishing, and snowmobile use on the land that is acquired. It says those acquisitions are expressly forbidden through eminent domain. Senator King said, quote, "Since its establishment, Katahdin Woods and Waters has helped thousands of people from around the world enjoy Maine's unmatched beauty and brought important economic opportunity to our state. The Katahdin Woods and Waters National Monument Access Act would build on the monument's success and let more people experience this Maine treasure." With the school year right around the corner, United Way of Eastern Maine has begun their efforts to help gather school supplies for children in need of them. United Way has partnered with Penquist to bring back the Fill the Bus event. The event aims to gather as many school supplies and donations as possible for students who need them the most in Penobscot and Piscataquis counties. On Friday, donors can bring school supplies or cash donations to either the Bangor or Lincoln Walmart between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m.
When a child has the supplies that they need to have a good school year, they can be fully engaged and they can be fully present. When they don't have the supplies that they need, they're worried about, they have so much anxiety, they're worried about what other classmates might think or feel, and it really is a way to make sure that we are setting our children up for the best possible future.
United Way will also be holding a Fill the Bus event for Somerset County on August 27th, where donations can be dropped off at either the Skowhegan or Palmyra Walmart. The time is now 8:23. Let's get a full look at our forecast with meteorologist Devin Biggs. He's in with the latest. Good morning, Devin.
Alrighty, Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1, Rockland, Thomaston Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Already a few sprinkles showing up on the radar this morning. Here, we'll watch for a few showers that will develop during the afternoon period. Maybe a few light sprinkles, and that'll be about it. But otherwise, though, areas to the north and west have to watch for a few showers, maybe a rumble of thunder that will try to sneak in here later on as this front tries to move in. We have high pressure that will be right behind it. More chances of showers and storms not out of the question as we get towards the latter parts of this week into the weekend. Otherwise, though, water temperatures are not too bad. Temperatures will be in the 70s today. Water temperatures in the 60s. So overall, not too bad out there, though. Our average high has ticked down to 80 degrees now. It will be in the middle to upper 70s for the next few days. Back in the lower 80s Sunday and a Monday. Upper 70s Tuesday. Then and back in the lower 80s again as we head towards your Wednesday. Dew points won't be a huge deal. You might notice it feeling a little humid today with dew points around that 60-degree mark, but falling as we head towards Friday back into the comfortable territory and staying there for the next several days as well. Moving forward, though, your UV index forecast for today is at a 6. I'm betting it might be a little bit lower, though, with the clouds sticking around. But either way, though, the UV index is expected to be at a 6. That's high burn time of 30 minutes, so hats, sunglasses, sunscreen, and shade will still be necessary to get out the door to avoid any sunburn. And yes, even with the clouds, you can still get sunburned, so definitely make sure to keep that in mind. Moving forward, though, Futurecast showing a mostly cloudy sky, maybe some breaks in the clouds from time to time with a few showers this afternoon. This line of showers and storms will try to sneak in here during the evening period, though, but quickly tapering off as it moves in our direction. Some clouds and fog will also be possible overnight and early tomorrow morning. But as we head towards tomorrow, though, a few showers trying to sneak in along the coastline, though, but most of us staying dry with some sunshine to also try to sneak out from time to time, too, before another system begins to move in from the south. And any rain will be welcome, though. Here's the latest drought monitor. A new one comes out later today showing many areas in the state still in drought at this time. Your forecast for today, upper 70s, mostly cloudy. We'll see a few showers out there with that south wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, we'll see a few thunderstorms. Those will fizzle out as they head in our direction. We'll have lows in the upper 50s areas of fog as well. South wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, upper 70s, partly cloudy. North wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Shepherd Toyota extended forecast. Alrighty, we're dry on Friday, partly cloudy, highs in the upper 70s. Middle 70s on Saturday under a mostly cloudy sky. More storms by Sunday and a smaller chance by Monday.
Timberland Herbal Connections, your locally owned dispensary. Timberland Herbal Connections is located across the street from the Waterfront Pavilion right off Main Street. Don't want to leave home? Timberland Herbal Connections is now offering delivery in the greater Bangor area.
This isn't your parents' photo booth. Premier Limousine and DJ presents the latest in photo booth technology with the all-new 2022 Air Booth. Print out everyone's pictures in beautiful full-color photos and have them sent directly to your phone. The new Air Booth is available for weddings, birthdays, class reunions, anniversaries, and corporate events with some of the best and most fun props around. You can book the Air Booth, Limousine, and DJ services separately or take advantage of our very popular package deals. Contact us at Premier Limousine and DJ.
The Penobscot Poorhouse, Bangor's favorite neighborhood pub, is your place to catch all your sports and live music. Don't miss a second of the action on our 24 TVs and big screen. Enjoy live music every Friday and Saturday nights, karaoke on Wednesdays, and trivia on Thursdays. Concert season is in full swing. Relax in one of our 2 outdoor seating areas, including our new beer garden. The Penobscot Poorhouse is the place to be before and after the show. The Penobscot Poorhouse, Bangor's #1 sports and entertainment location, 14 Larkin Street off Main Street in Bangor.
Hank's Husqvarna is your full-line Husqvarna dealer with 2 convenient locations, 32 Old State Road in Carmel and 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport. Whether it's tractors and zero-turns, chainsaws to trimmers, or pressure washers to battery power, everything is set up, serviced, and ready to go by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or sales, stop in to Hank's Husqvarna, Carmel, or Newport.
Timberland Herbal Connections, your locally owned dispensary. Timberland Herbal Connections is located across the street from the Waterfront Pavilion right off Main Street. Don't want to leave home? Timberland Herbal Connections is now offering delivery in the greater Bangor area.
A jobs posting by the Internal Revenue Service is getting backlash on social media. The employment posting was deleted but reappeared again. It lists job requirements for criminal investigations agents. The duties include carrying a firearm, using deadly force if necessary, and participating in arrests and the execution of search warrants. The posting was still up on usajobs.gov as of early this morning. The fury comes over the posting comes from as a new bill as it makes its way through Congress, which would provide money to hire thousands of new positions with the IRS. Afghanistan war veterans are urging Congress to pass the Afghan Adjustment Act, which would create a pathway to lawful permanent residency in the U.S. for Afghan nationals. The legislation was introduced in the Senate by both Democrats and Republicans and would allow eligible Afghans to apply for permanent status after 1 or 2 years of U.S. residence and clearing additional background checks.
To those Afghans that are still waiting, I want to say this. We have not forgotten you, we will not forget you, and we will spend every day to make sure that this bill becomes law and America gives you the promise of welcome that you deserve.
After the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan a year ago, more than 70,000 Afghans were admitted into the U.S. with temporary status as humanitarian parolees. If the act is passed, they would become permanent residents. Still to come here on the second half of our show, the Ellsworth Public Library will host a fundraiser book sale. Details when we return. And we'll have Mr. Food on later with a recipe fit for all hours of the day. This and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
At Dorsey Furniture, we believe value means more than a great price.
That's why we do what we do at Dorsey Furniture. That's why we're always updating our showroom with new pieces and new displays. That's why we're always eager to show you the latest furniture styles and newest fabrics.
Because we believe that your home should be beautiful.
Visit our showroom and experience Dorsey quality, Dorsey value, the Dorsey reputation. Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A in Holden, and online at dorseyfurniture.com.
On the next Last Man Standing, the Baxter Halloween gets a new twist.
They'll dress like each other, act like each other.
When Mike decides to switch things up.
We're here to make Halloween great again.
I laugh when I put on makeup because clowns are funny. I never laugh. It interferes with my moping.
That's funny and mean, my favorite kind of funny.
Let's not take any of this personally, okay?
Where's my Chardonnay?
Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith. It's Thursday, August 11th, 2022. We've got the forecast in a moment. A little history on this day. The Mall of America in exotic Bloomington, Minnesota opened 30 years ago today. Airbnb was founded 14 years ago, and 1 year ago today, Sicily recorded the highest temperature ever recorded in Europe, which was 119.8 degrees Fahrenheit. Birthdays today include actress Viola Davis, who's 57, podcaster Joe Rogan is 55, and actor Chris Hemsworth is 39. And we have a quick programming note. The New England Patriots host the New York Giants in their preseason opener, and you can watch it tonight at 7 on ABC7, which means that Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy are bumped to 1:30 following Nightline tonight. And in the meantime, let's turn it over to meteorologist Devin Biggs. Good morning, Devin.
Hey, Emma, thank you very much. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1, Rockland, Thomas, and Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Alrighty, so you've had a few returns on the radar, possibly a few sprinkles trying to develop this morning. We'll watch for more development later this afternoon with a few showers and maybe a few rumbles of thunder later into the evening, though, as we'll watch the system right about in here that's going to be moving in from the west, going toward the east. Now going to give us a few showers and maybe a rumble of thunder that will try to sneak in here, but fizzle out as it does head in our direction. But otherwise, so as you take a look at things this morning, it's a few thunderstorms off the coast over the ocean. Otherwise, so futurecast showing a few showers possible this afternoon. Here's that line of showers and maybe a few rumbles of thunder that will fizzle out as it heads in our direction. Then maybe some clouds, a little bit of fog that will be on the way overnight tonight and parts of early tomorrow morning. The winds will not be a huge deal. In fact, the next several days, the winds will not be a huge deal at all. Mainly winds will be at around 5 to 10 miles per hour overall, switching out of the northwest, going toward the south and east. But your hourly forecast moving forward for the rest of the morning period. Plenty of clouds, a few showers possible, temperatures in the 70s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Emma?
Thank you, Devin. Today, beginning at 4 p.m., the Ellsworth Public Library will host a book sale. Organized by the Friends of Ellsworth Public Library in lieu of budget cuts, the sale will feature new and donated books for all ages and of all genres. The money raised will go to library programs. The sale will go from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. today, as well as 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. tomorrow and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday. Still to come here this morning, the UMaine football team practice sessions are back in full force with full pads. Tyler Cruz and Dave Peck will be here with sports when we return. And Pet of the Week was in the building. We will have that as well when we return.
dude, can you believe we're graduating? And they helped us find a great job. Soon we'll be living the dream.
Exactly. I'm incredibly grateful for Maine Job Corps. If it wasn't for them, I'd be working an entry-level job and barely making it.
Let Team Maine Job Corps help find the career that's right for you. Call 561-8516.
I'm like having a really weird day.
I'm so glad that you told me that.
I don't know what exists outside of the paper and pen and the recordings that I make. She said, "How do you feel?" And I said, "I'm lost." And she said, "Let's find you." And I was like,
I think you're holding the pen.
I really hope so. You know, I want to stick around to see how the story ends.
The Drew Barrymore Show, Thursday at 3 on Fox 22.
Judge and the Yankees battle Bogarts and the rival Red Sox. It's Baseball Night in America, Saturday at 7 Eastern on Fox.
Good morning, everyone. Well, up in Orono, Maine football training camp rolls on ahead of their season opener in early September, and they broke out in full pads for the first time on Wednesday. Tyler Cruz has the story.
For Maine football's head coach Jordan Stevens, this year has been full of firsts. Tuesday morning was no different. It's the Black Bears' first practice in full pads.
It's always a good time. Guys are always excited to get out here and play football again, getting people to hit, just getting the real game of football. And, it was a lot of fun being out there, seeing the guys play.
I think we're able to see the finish. It's a little more solidified and defined what the finish of the play is.
Guys can get a helmet on a helmet or pads together, and we can really see, what plays are working and what's not.
Now they're less than 25 days away from their first game in New Mexico on September 3rd. But if you ask them, they're not focused on what they can do in the 25-day span. They're focused on what they can accomplish right now, every time they take the field.
It's going great. We're taking it day by day. That's the only thing we can ask for right now. If we look too much into the future, things aren't going to go the way right now. So we want to take one step at a time, build the bricks every single day so we can end up building that foundation, end up building that house.
The Black Bears are about a week into camp, and a big theme of year one of the Jordan Stevens era is building a sense of brotherhood throughout the team.
Yeah, so if you don't know what brotherhood is, it's accountability, toughness, compete, family, passion, belief. The whole team is buying into that. We have every single day after practice, meetings, everything. Someone's randomly questioned to see if they know what it is.
I think getting that laid down first and these guys feeling confident about who we are is an important part of camp. Team building relationships are a big part of camp. Camp is hard, camp is a grind, and it should be, because it's getting you prepared for the season.
Reporting from Orono, I'm Tyler Cruz, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thank you, Tyler. Let's stay on football and check in with the Patriots. They're a couple weeks into training camp now as well already. Game one of the preseason is just about here. Also, the Patriots will host the Giants on Thursday night from Gillette Stadium. Now, as we reported earlier in the week, former Black Bear Andre Miller will not take the field after having surgery on his arm. For the Patriots, all the reports have noted how bad the offense has looked this week. That's the simple analysis, but Belichick made it clear earlier this week what we're observing in practice from a results standpoint isn't necessarily black and white.
If you look at the result of the play, that's one thing. If you look at the 22 components of the play, 11 on each side, that's a totally different breakdown. So there's an element of both, but if you don't get the 11 things right, eventually you're going to have problems. So might look good on a particular play out here, might look bad if something different had happened on the play.
Good stuff from Belichick. So the Pats are gearing up for their first preseason game. Again, that'll be on ABC 7 against the Giants, and that's really when you can get a sense of what we're actually looking at with the offense. It's hard to tell when they're going up against their own team, so this will be pretty much the first test where we can have some solid takeaways for what the offense and defense, for that matter, looks like for the Patriots. Up here, though, high school fall sports are set to begin practice this coming Monday. Still a few weeks until game time, but ref shortages continue to be an issue. now for field hockey as well. Longtime high school field hockey coach Lori Smith used the word dire to describe the lack of officials within the Maine high school field hockey sphere. She said in some parts of the state, referee classes didn't get a single participant this summer. It's a problem almost all fall sports are facing, but current officials say even if you're a newcomer, there's a place for you on the field.
We are all here to help. So if you feel like, oh, I don't know if I could do it, you have a lot of support if you just take that initiative.
Players, former coaches, I think can make the best officials, and that's who we need to find a way to reach out to.
And if you are interested, you can find more information on the MPA website at mpa.cc. All right, finally tonight on Tuesday, it was Michael Waka making a rehab appearance in Portland. And on Thursday, Kike Hernandez made the trip to Hadlock along his road back to Fenway. Kike rehabbing his way back from a hip flexor injury starting in center field for the Dogs. Bottom four, Kike lines a hard single into left field. He was 1 for 2 on the night. That was the only hit Richmond starter Matt Frisbee allowed in 6 innings of work. This was a low-scoring game. Red Sox righty Tyler Danish, also in town on a rehab stint, fires a scoreless 6th-inning. Nice double play ball here. Top of the 8th we go, still scoreless. Richmond with a runner at first, but Dogs lefty Audinaire Mosqueda picks off Michael Gigliotti to end the inning. We go to the 10th. 0-0 game. Eli Marrero at third, and it's Tyler Dearden who sends everyone home with the walk-off single to center. Sea Dogs win in 10 innings. Back-to-back walk-off nights. 1-0 the final. Here was Kike after the game.
You know, the annoying thing was that there's not much to do with these injuries other than wait for them to heal. And, I mean, like I said, it took a lot longer than we thought and we wanted to, but feeling good now.
So the last time Kike suited up for the Red Sox was back on June 7th, and he is expected to suit up for the Sea Dogs again on Friday. Radio That Sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Inflation, a broken supply chain, and high gas prices. Mainers everywhere are facing tough decisions about rising costs. Growing up as part of a small family business in Leeds, I learned what a struggling economy does to small businesses, jobs, and to working class people. And serving as a Marine in Afghanistan and Iraq taught me to stand strong for what's right in the face of adversity. I'm Jared Golden, and that's why in Congress, I'm an independent voice for you, taking on my own party to stand up for Maine families. I was the only Democrat to vote against trillions of dollars of President Biden's agenda because I knew it would make inflation worse. I've stood with law enforcement against defunding the police. I support cutting the gas tax and increasing domestic oil production. I'm working to lower prescription drug costs and standing firm against any cuts to Social Security and Medicare. I'll always be an independent fighter for you. I'm Jared Golden, and this is my family. I approve this message because when it comes to doing what's right for your family, I'll never back down.
In life, many things matter. Black lives matter. Asian and Caucasian lives matter. Police officers and firefighters matter. Youngsters and senior citizen lives matter. Think about it. Every life matters. And it all begins, first in Maine and everywhere, when the protection of the unborn matters.
The ABC7 at Fox 22 Ultimate Backyard Barbecue giveaway is back. 5 lucky winners will take home $100 in quality meats from WA Bean & Sons. In addition, 1 lucky winner will win a grand prize of a brand new Weber gas grill. All you need to do to become a winner is stop by and fill out an entry form at Osborne's Plumbing and Heating, natural gas, air conditioners, and mini-split heat pumps installations, or the Farmer's Table in Corinna for breakfast, lunches, dinners, and desserts made from farm fresh ingredients. Make your summer barbecue ultimate with ABC7 and Fox 22.
The Pet of the Week is brought to you by Riptide Smoke Shop in Belfast.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. We are back in full force with our Pet of the Week segment with Catherine Ravencraft here from Bangor Humane Society.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Who do we have here?
So this is Irma. Irma, as you can see, is a Great Dane mix. She is absolutely massive, and she is the definition of a gentle giant. So she sees herself in the monitor right now. She does have a tendency to bark at other dogs, so I'm curious if we're going to hear some borks from her. But yeah, so she has just come to us probably about a month ago. She hasn't been with us too long. The reason that she was surrendered by her other family was that she was having less and less patience for the other dogs in the home, and I guess there was a culminating moment of a fight, and it led them to having to make a tough choice. I know that it was not something that they really wanted to do, because as you can see, she's a magnificent dog. She's 5.5 years old, and for a dog that's part Great Dane, you know, she's already getting up there a little bit. She's not a senior dog, but bigger breeds, their bones are heavier and more dense, and they just have a tendency to have slightly shorter lifespans. So she is, you can see that she's already starting to gray on her face. Well, look how much patience she has for me.
She loves the pets. I mean, I wish we got it earlier when she was sitting on my right side. I stopped petting her, and then the hand goes, hey.
Yes, yes, exactly. Why you stop?
Right.
We keep going here.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. She is really great on a leash. She's been a little bit busy this morning, sort of exploring the studio, and there was a little pulling, but
that was the other thing too, is she came right in, and no nervousness, immediately, hi, hello, how are you? Can I explore my surroundings?
Yes, yes, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, so she is just friendly. And she has already been evaluated for behavior, and we don't have any reservations. She used to live in a home with children. We don't have any reservations about her going home with kids.
Gotcha.
Just like every other dog, all the people that live in your home, including the children, do have to meet with her just to make sure that it's a good match. And she also did okay with cats.
Really?
It was just that dog piece. So we recommend dog savvy cats who've been around dogs before are probably a better match. But yeah, she is going to make someone a really great family dog. When I asked her if she wanted to go for a ride this morning, she jumped right into my car. And she was the perfect passenger. She just sat with her bum on the middle of the seat, and see, here she goes. She says, "You've stopped," and she just stood in the middle of the back seat with her head popped up right through the middle. I got a great picture of her.
That's a good girl. I know, the perfect car mascot.
Exactly.
Nobody will bother your car.
Oh my goodness! And when her giant head comes out the window, you can see it, you know, in all the mirrors. But
I know, and the soft coat.
She's
I mean,
so soft.
These ears. Oh,
they're just the best.
These are the softest big ears ever.
They are.
So she's pretty. She's good on a leash. She's friendly.
She's good in the car.
Right.
Yep.
She just
needs all of that.
Just needs to be the only dog.
Yeah, and you know, we're going to talk a lot more this year, I think, about the rule of threes, which is something that you may hear at other shelters and rescues. But it takes 3 days for a dog in a new environment to stop potentially feeling fearful or anxious.
Okay.
It takes 3 weeks for them to start feeling like there might be some security in their new living situation. Okay. And it takes 3 months for you to see really who this dog is. Gotcha. I'm sure that teachers of any age can relate to that same sort of paradigm.
Right.
But you know, I think that she's probably going to transition pretty easily. But it's a good thing to keep in mind, no matter the temperament of the dog that you meet at the shelter.
Yep.
It's just going to take some time to land. So
trust doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But she makes herself comfortable.
She does. She does. She's a dog that wants to shake everybody's hand.
She is.
Yep.
Yeah, she's a good girl.
And she's all ready to be adopted?
She is, yeah. She just is getting over a urinary tract infection, which could be related to stress of the transition in the kennel. As we've talked about before, we love each and every dog that comes into our kennels, and we try to make it as homey as possible, but kennel life life is hard. There's a lot of barking, there's a lot of new smells and strange sounds, and it can be stressful. So
only so much you can do.
Yes, exactly. Yep. So, but it's hard to say. She's fully treated at this point, and she is ready to start meeting with folks and hopefully to go home
find
soon.
her forever home.
Yeah.
Well,
I can't imagine it'll be long.
I know. No, too pretty. Well, thank you so much for bringing Irma. Thank you for bringing Irma here today and being with us. We missed you guys.
Thank you.
We'll turn it over to meteorologist Devin Biggs for our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1 Rockland Thomason Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Already a few sprinkles showing up on the radar this morning. Here, we'll watch for a few showers that will develop during the afternoon period. Maybe a few light sprinkles, and that'll be about it. But otherwise, though, areas to the north and west have to watch for a few showers, maybe a rumble of thunder that will try to sneak in here later on as this front tries to move in. We have high pressure that will be right behind it. More chances of showers and storms not out of the question as we head towards the latter parts of this week into the weekend. Otherwise, though, water temperatures are not too bad. Temperatures will be in the 70s today. Water temperatures in the 60s. So overall, not too bad out there, though. Our average high has ticked down to 80 degrees now. It will be in the middle to upper 70s for the next few days. Back in the lower 80s Sunday and a Monday. Upper 70s Tuesday, then back in the lower 80s again as we head towards your Wednesday. Dew points won't be a huge deal. You might notice it feeling a little humid today with dew points around that 60-degree mark, but falling as we head towards Friday back into the comfortable territory and staying there for the next several days as well. Moving forward, though, your UV index forecast for today is at a 6. I'm betting it might be a little bit lower, though, with the clouds sticking around. But either way, though, UV index is expected to be at a 6. That's high. Burn time of 30 minutes, so hats, sunglasses, sunscreen, and shade will still be necessary to get out the door to avoid any sunburn. And yes, even with the clouds, you can still get sunburned, so definitely make sure to keep that in mind. Moving forward, though, Futurecast showing a mostly cloudy sky, maybe some breaks in the clouds from time to time with a few showers this afternoon. This line of showers and storms will try to sneak in here during the evening period, though, but quickly tapering off as it moves in our direction. Some clouds and fog will also be possible overnight and early tomorrow morning. Best we head towards tomorrow, though, a few showers trying to sneak in along the coastline, though, but most of us staying dry with some sunshine to also try to sneak out from time to time, too, before another system begins to move in from the south. And any rain will be welcome, though. Here's the latest drought monitor. A new one comes out later today showing many areas in the state still in drought at this time. Your forecast for today, upper 70s, mostly cloudy. We'll see a few showers out there with that south wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, we'll see a few thunderstorms. Those will fizzle out as they head in our direction. We'll have lows in the upper 50s areas of fog as well. South wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, upper 70s, partly cloudy. North wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Shepherd Toyota extended forecast. Alrighty, we're dry on Friday, partly cloudy, highs in the upper 70s. Middle 70s on Saturday under a mostly cloudy sky. More storms by Sunday and a smaller chance by Monday.
Make the most of your waterfront with a Shoremaster dock system from Hammond Lumber Company. Shoremaster docks and boat lifts have been the trusted choice for decades. With Shoremaster, you get the expert product knowledge and first-class service you've come to expect from Hammond Lumber. Hammond is the country's largest stocking Shoremaster dealer, so you won't wait to get the dock system you want. Hammond delivers from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire with professional service after the sale. Your dream waterfront begins with Shoremaster from Hammond Lumber Company.
Dynamic hatchbacks, capable and rugged SUVs and crossovers, go anywhere vans, powerful full-size pickups. Toyota has more electrified all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive models than any other brand, like the electrified Highlander Hybrid with 35 mpg and up to a 598-mile total driving range. Your New England Toyota dealer, your electrified all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
I've been having foot pain for at least 10 years. The first day I put the key boot on, I could tell the difference. My pain level has been so much better. I was amazed. The key boots made it possible for me to actually walk without pain. I can go shopping, walking around the store without wanting to cry. I mean, I feel like dancing sometimes. The key boots made all the difference. Very happy with it. Comfort shoes, it's just changed my life.
Yes. 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 I'll have what she's having. And you can too. Get ready for the good dish. Delicious twist on your favorite comfort foods.
Decadent desserts you can whip up in no time. And game-changing shortcuts.
What's for dinner is about to get way easier.
And way more fun than doing the dishes. So get ready to get dishing.
Weekdays at 1 on Fox 22.
One of the challenges we come across in the summer is finding recipes that are light and bright. A dish that I tend to make more in the summer than any other time is quiche. It's versatile. And with the farmers markets in full swing, there are many fresh, colorful, and tasty produce options that can help customize your quiche. Today, we're making one that's crustless and loaded with one of my favorite veggies. The first thing we do is combine some baking mix with onion powder, salt, and pepper. After stirring our dry ingredients together, we add some Swiss and cheddar cheese, some diced ham, and lots of broccoli florets. Now in a separate bowl, we beat together half and half and a couple of eggs and pour it over our cheese. After giving it a good mix, we pour it into a pie plate and bake it off. Once it cools slightly, it's ready to cut into wedges and serve. Who would think something so simple could be so full of creamy, cheesy goodness? And like I said, feel free to change it up using whatever looks best or what's on sale. To get the recipe for our broccoli and ham quiche, simply check out our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found an easy, cheesy, summery way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Inflation reached 8.5% this past July, slightly lower than what we saw in June at just over 9%. And while gas prices fell 7.7%, they are still up 44% from a year earlier, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. This rise in prices has drawn people to thrift stores to save money and make it, too. Consignment store Lots for Tots is a consignment store where people can drop off unwanted baby or toddler items and get money in return. Owner Scott Friedman says he has seen a change in his customer base and in his sales over the last 8 months. He says his sales are up 30% compared to last year and is finding his customers are not only buying more, but selling more too. As prices go up nationwide, so does the price of what he will buy for used items.
Our prices are based really on what things sell for new. We have a formula that's if it sells for $100 new, we price it at $50. If that same product now is going for $120 new, we price it at $60. So as new prices go up, ours sort of organically go up.
A family of 5 has moved into a storm drain in a neighborhood park in Phoenix, Arizona. The family is made up of a mother bobcat and her litter of kittens. Fox's Nicole Garcia has more.
I was on the sidewalk here looking down, underneath the trees and that grass down there. That's where they were playing and rolling around and stuff like that.
Over the past several days, neighbors have spotted a mother bobcat and her 4 babies, not in the nearby mountains, but literally next door, in their greenway. They call this storm drain home.
Playful. They were climbing the tree and playing in the grass and rolling around and stuff. Big cats.
This is a beautiful area. You've got lots of cover. You have lots of rabbits around. And if a small dog or small cat happens to be in an area where they can catch it, they won't hesitate.
Luckily, bobcats don't usually hunt humans. Officials say urban bobcats are very common. Many North Phoenix residents have captured photos of bobcats near their homes over the last few weeks.
Your kids aren't in any danger. You keep your pets on a leash and they won't be in any danger.
People are being told not to approach the bobcats and to stay away from the kittens because mama bobcats can get pretty defensive. Arizona Game and Fish says the cat family will not be relocated, but eventually they will leave the park on their own.
There are some estimates that there's one bobcat for every 2 square miles, and that's about typical. So bobcats are all over the place in the urban interface. But what you can do